Hi there, Wade Sellers here, and in this video I'm going to show you 5 ways that BubbleUp can help you in your next job hunt. Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's go to number 1, set up your job search environment. Inside BubbleUp, I created a folder called Job Hunting right on home. If you go into it, you see another folder called Opportunities. This is where all the job postings that I'm interested in fall into. So what we usually do is we go to a bunch of job sites and we're looking for jobs that fit us, right? In there, we end up with tons of tabs in our browser and we start to get lost on which tab is for which job. Let's stop doing that. If we just go in there and copy the link, then go over to the BubbleUp Opportunities folder, you can paste it right in, or you can hit the plus pizza wheel, link, and paste the link right there. Now your links are all gonna live in one spot. You can title them, you can add a screenshot, even a description, right? Now you can always get back to them and have them in an organized fashion. All right, so now that we have our folder set up and we have some job opportunities that we found in the folder, now I use reactions. That's tip number 2. Reactions help me understand which ones I'm deeply interested in and which ones I'd like to keep around but maybe I'm not as interested in. So as I start scrolling through these and I start looking deeper into the job descriptions, the ones that I like, I'll go back to BubbleUp right here and I'll add a reaction. Maybe it's a thumbs up, maybe a bullseye, maybe a frowny face are the ones I'm less interested in. You can set your reactions there. Then when you go into this folder, you can see all of the jobs that you're definitely interested in, moderately interested in, and definitely not interested in. All right, tip number 3. This is awesome. So emails, right? As you're job hunting, you end up with lots of emails, application emails, HR emails. You're getting passed around to different people in the company as you're going through the hiring process, right? And it gets really, really difficult to keep track of all of them if you've applied to a bunch of jobs at the same time. Well, with BubbleUp, you can actually forward these emails right into your BubbleUp folder and keep them organized. So at this point in BubbleUp, once I start applying, I will create a new folder called Applied. I will move the job descriptions into it for the ones that I've applied, and then right here I can start keeping track of emails. So setting up email forwarding in BubbleUp is actually really easy. You go into the preferences, and right there's a spot where you place your email address in there. That tells BubbleUp that any emails coming from this email address are okay to save. At this point, you're going to use your username at mybubblup.com in order to send things in. So for me, mine is wsellers@mybubblup.com. Anytime that I email anything to that username at mybubblup.com, it's going to end up in here, and I can start organizing them next to the jobs that I applied for. This is how you keep a log of all the conversation that you had without it getting buried in your email amongst everything else. Tip number 4 is collecting and organizing all the small details. Now, while you're in your job search and you're going through the hiring process, you start investigating companies, jobs, right? And you start getting little tidbits of details that you'd like to store. Now, yeah, sure, you can save the link in there and then figure out where that detail is you wanted to store, or you could simply add a note in BubbleUp. So inside of Applied, where you see this job right here, I've added a note. In here is where I'm gonna start saving company information so that when I'm talking to them, I know about the company I'm talking about, right? I'll store them in a note. I'll also set up a checklist. The checklist will be all the stages, right? So I've applied, I've gotten an email back, I have an interview set up, right? I've researched the company, and this is how I keep my steps in line so that I know that I'm ready for each step along the hiring process. And finally, number 5, a portfolio piece for your application. This is awesome, so check this out. In BubbleUp, I've created my portfolio. It's all of my creative work I've done in the past, things that I want to show a prospective employer that I've done, and I want to show it to them in a contextual and really easy to follow way. So I take all of my creative work, I place it into this folder. Then I go to the menu and I roll it into a single web page. This is what we call a roll. In here, everything that's in that folder ends up on one web page. From there, I can start editing and moving things around, I can change the words, and I can save it. There's one link that you have to pass to somebody and they can go right to this roll. It's that easy. Now, here's a little hack. In BubbleUp, at the roll, I can actually right-click and duplicate the roll. What's really cool about this is in the new role that I duplicated, I can hit edit and I can change the text at the top, right? I can create a new introduction for the person I'm talking to, for the company I'm talking to, so that everything is specific to them. Now when they open up your webpage and they see your portfolio, they actually see a contextual little letter to them and then everything down below it that you've created. This is a really, really nice touch that actually separates you from the pack and makes you memorable. So that's my 5 tips. In a nutshell, you're organizing your job hunt, you're placing all of the job ads in one spot, you're keeping track of all the conversations that are happening, you're keeping track of the process that you're in the interview, and you're creating a portfolio to deliver to all your prospective employers. I hope you enjoy this. I hope this helps you out with your next job hunt. And if so, leave a comment here and let me know. Did it work? Did you get the job? My name is Wade Sellers. I will see you in the next video. Bye!